welcome. This is Sinjong talking, and this is gonna be my live stream slash YouTube video. So there are some bad mistakes. I apologize beforehand. So today's topic, I'm gonna be talking about how to make your own adopt, or how to go about it. So I'm gonna give it a few more seconds and wait for a couple viewers to come on. I know they're once they say hello. I'm not gonna wait any longer. I'll just maybe explain to them afterwards. So first off, I want to say is that adopts, or how to draw adopts, basically there's about 3 different ways to go about it. 3 to 4, just about. And so I just wanted to talk about that. I'm gonna leave this part up just because that's for my live streamers, just to see that I have my audio on and I'm talking. Okay, so first thing I wanted to go over was that adopts can have 3 categories or 3 types, and that would be basically cute, and then we have simple, and then it would be detail. So those would be the very important categories that you would want for an adopt. You could use all 3. You could have only 2 of them. You could have just 1 of them. Either or. So my first example would be this little adopt batch right here. This was created by ZMG030, and she is on deviantART, or he. And basically their style is very cutesy, and what you notice as well is that they have very minimum shading. So I can see that there's a little bit shading right here, but for the most part it's flat, as in colors, and simple and very cute, which is what I was going over right now. So let's see how they were able to categorize that and make that as an adopt. So the next example I have is by Slagoys. That's also on deviantART, and this batch, you could see that their adopts, they're not wearing any type of clothes, and that's perfectly fine for making adopts, because if you just want to have a main focus of just their body part, it's perfectly fine. Just as long as you get the color, put down some patterns, and you'll be good to go. You can add a little bit of accessories as well. Those very cute to add, because it could give like personality to the characters that you're trying to sell. And as I've noticed in this one as well, there isn't any shading as well. Maybe the only one that has shading is this character. It has a little bit of shading right there and right here. But also very cute. And so for my next example, I have Cariosa adopts, and they're also on deviantART. Now the route they took is that they uh, they kept the character simple, colorful, and detailed, which is really great because you get to use a lot of different choices. So like for example, let's look at number 4 right here. This character, he's wearing a frog hoodie, but you can see it's like a blue t-shirt underneath, and then you got little accessories right here and tears right here, just small details. Those are really great to add because it adds personality. And then you could also notice that they will have adding shadowing as well, or the shading part. And as I said before, you could add that, you could keep it as flat. Those are some great choices. So you could go in this route, or for my last example, like this artist, Loneri, they are very detailed. So as in this clothing adopt, you could see how they have their sketches drawn out and creating these wave-like effect for this dress. And you can see here they also had shading in it too. Let's see, and you can use like a little bit of shading with gradients. Very detailed, very lovely. So that being said, those would be great examples of going about with adopts. All you just have to remember is, are you trying to make it cute? Are you trying to make it simple? Or do you want it detailed? Those are the questions. Now, whatever you choose, you can use all 3, just 2, or only 1. It's all about preference. And no matter what, this is for your own style, so you don't really need to let's say for example go on DeviantArt and get a base. Bases are a little bit of conflict right now with some artists. Some people say it's cheating, some people say it's great. I personally like bases because it helps with practicing with other features. So if I got a base that's just a body as this, I get to practice with ears, the hair, so on. Okay, and so that would be the basis of going about making your adopt. Now to actually taking into steps of an adopt. So today I'm gonna show how I went about with hold on, I gotta find the text. Where did it go? Here it is. Turn that off and turn this back on. Alright, so I have this base ready to go, and basically this base is by Rhino sorry if I butcher this, but Rhino Chocolate. And oh my god, chocolate. Anyways, so this is their base. I'm gonna be using it today to make an adopt for my close species called Dynamite. So basically, I'm gonna turn off the word text right there. So this is a little girl, and basically my theme adopt, since Halloween is coming up, my theme adopt is Dead by Daylight characters. So today I'm gonna be using Hillbilly from Dead by Daylight. You can see there. So I'm gonna keep him hidden for now because I don't really need him. until I'm ready, I'll use that picture again. So for now, we'll get started with the sketch. So I made a new layer. I'm gonna use a hard brush, and I'm gonna click. There's a marker up here, and that's to help with opacity. So now my pen will have it in pressure mode. Is that? So my species, close species, they are known for pointing ears. So for this character, I'm gonna have her ears pointing downwards, just like this. Now, as I said before, this is just a sketch, so it's not gonna look pretty at first. I'm gonna keep her mouth the same. My close species usually have teeth, such as this, right besides their cheek, such as this. That'll be like around this area here. However, I already did that on my last dot, so this time I'm going to change it up to she's going to look more humanoid. Next thing I'm going to add is some stitches on her neck. So that's actually way too big, so I'm going to make that smaller. Okay, there's some stitching here around their elbow. And basically I kind of draw out where the rib cage is at. So this looks like just about the size of the rib cage for this character. And then I'm going to add the stitches there as well. Okay. And then their next stitches is going to be across the knee joint. Okay. Now, for my close species, they don't have feet at all. They have hooves, hoof, and hoof. So basically, I'm gonna sketch out where the hoof will be. So the fur part is gonna be right within the area of the ankle. So I'm sketching that out right now. Drawing the fur, drawing the fur. Okay. Gonna make that a little longer or higher. There. And then I'm going to, let's see. Uh-oh. I think my Photoshop froze. Yes, it did. Okay, 1 second. Let's bring that back up. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. Should be working now. Yeah, there we go. So her hoof is going to be a lot smaller. Bring that up. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Okay. So that's a basic anatomy for a diamate. I'm actually going to make the hoofs a little bit bigger. It's out of proportion. Let's see. It takes some practice when you are. This is the perfect time in your sketch mode to adjust where you would like certain things to be at. So if it doesn't look perfect as well, or if you're not liking the result, that's okay. Go ahead and edit. This is the perfect stage where you want to edit and find the way you like it. So let's see, I'm gonna add a little bit fur here. This is also a trait from my clothes species, so I'm just adding it for effect. Okay. And then I add hair. So I want to make a new layer so it doesn't interrupt my hairstyles. And I'm going to go up here. I'm not quite sure what type of hairstyle to give her yet, but I'm going to give her kind of where her hairline would be at, just to give me an idea where I could start off from. Well, since she's a hillbilly, I'm pretty sure I'm going to add a hat to her, but just in case if I don't, I'm not too sure. Let me look at the reference of him, the hillbilly. Let's see, so I know in his other custom outfits, he has a hat. I think I'll keep that feature. So if that's the case, I'm gonna draw the hat real quick. It's gonna look dorky, but that's okay. So I think what I'll do is give her bangs right here. There we go. So now that I have an idea of where I want her to go, let's give her a shaved head. 'Cause why not? And put hair right here. And then I'm gonna make braids for her. Voila. I'm liking it so far. Okay. So the thing about these species is that they have mouths on their hands. So I'm gonna make a quick sketch of a hand right here. Oops. And then they have like little teeth right here, either 3 or 4. I like to stick with 3 just because it looks better to me. And they have a tongue. Let me pull up the trait sheet real quick. Let's see, for a hillbilly herself, I think I'll give her a snake tongue, yeah. That looks fat. Let's see if I can make that a little thinner. That's better-ish. There we go. So we have traits down, her hand mouth, everything's looking good. Let's see if I want to add anything else. Maybe with her I'll add actual horns. I think I'll add antlers sticking out of her head. I like how every time I draw the second version of something, it turns out thicker or weirder than the first one. Always happens, always. Let's do this way, maybe. Sure, why not? We'll leave it like that for now. Try not to stick with an area so long. It tends to be bothersome to yourself and be like, ah, damn it, I can't get this. And it's okay to not get it at first. Let's see, forgetting something. Guess I am. Her tail. The close species have horse tails, or you could come up with a custom tail for animal tails. For the close species, they're more common to note with horsetails. So for her, I'm gonna keep it almost like a medium size of a tail. It looks weird. And as I said before, this is literally just the sketching stage, so it doesn't need to be perfect, just as long as you like it. And I like the tail. Okay, now I'm gonna go back and fix that horn. Or antler, I should say. Now I could just copy this one on the left, but there we go. I just like freehanding it personally. And let's see, and then I'll add, let's see, I want to look at Mr. Hillbilly over here. It's good to look at your references whenever you need so. Oh, look at that. Oh, my bad. Look at that right there. I don't know if you could see my marker there. Hold on. That right there. Those look like spikes. I will keep that. Let's erase that. There we go. Let's go back here. Turn that off. That looks like spikes just above the elbow, so I'm gonna keep that and make that as a trait up here of spikes. Oh, bam. And I'll do the same on the other side. Let's see, anywhere else I want to add? Nah, she looks pretty cool. Alright, great. So now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and lower the opacity. Or actually, let's make sure all our sketches are within one layer. So I combined all of them. If you're on Windows, it is Control E. If you're on the other type of computers, I don't know the quick access to that. Sorry. And let's see. But another way to merge is clicking down the arrow here, and then it says merge layers right here. And it gives you what the shortcut would be. Anyways, so now we lower the opacity about 50% or 52% in this case. And I'm going to take away the opacity that's up here, and now it's going to be, make a new layer. Now it's going to be a dark hard brush, which is what I want. And now we're going to zoom in. Now it's best to keep your brush size fairly looking the same as what it is for the base. For me, I like to make it maybe a slight brush point size bigger than the original, just because I'm not quite used to it or using a brush size that small. So that's the case, so I'll leave that alone. And then this is the part where you want to start making your line art. So for myself, I like to be swift about it. Swift, swift. For this girl, looks like she has it like ponytailed. Now this part is going to be taking a while, and that's okay. It's fine to take your time with it, because then if you mess it up, you know, you could go back and edit it just like that. Now I don't like the horn. Let it bring it down more. There we go. Always editing. Okay, so now it's the ear. Now, as you can see, there is a, I know it's bothersome how there's a normal ear right there, and then there's my elf ear. To get rid of those lines underneath, you go to the base that you're using, and then you click the clipping layer right here at the very bottom. If you can't see that, you could go up here, and it will say create clipping mask, but in my case I don't have that, so I'm just gonna force it down here. So now there's two options. You have black and white. Black is to hide things, and if you switch it to white, it's gonna reveal the lines that you have. So I'm gonna use the black, and I'm gonna go and hide that normal ear, just like so. Now it looks clean. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the eyeball that's over here, the head, just like that. And look at that, it's a lot more cleaner. Antler, and I'm gonna keep this part since that's part of her head. And then I'm gonna go back to my line art, just right there. There we have it. Stitches. I'm gonna space this out because I didn't like how it was so cluttered looking. Okay. Again, I just have a habit of whisking away, and that's usually great to just a place for your lines where you want to be, and if you have unwanted lines, you could just erase them, just like so. Make my hoof. And then I'm gonna add hair here. Clean that up a little bit. There we go. And let's go back to that base layer so we could get rid of those feet. That's down here. I'm gonna get closer. Making sure everything goes. Okay. And I think that's pretty much it that I'm getting rid of. There we go. And going back on the line art layer, get the brush size that you need. So I think I had it at 5. I think at 5. Keep it at 5. And we're gonna go ahead and do the line art of this hand. just like so. And we're almost done with the line art layer. Yay! Okay. I've been practicing this gesture of the hand, so now it's getting better. Sort of. Until I jinxed myself. There we go. Alright. So now that we have that done, that'll be the line art layer. And we'll go ahead, turn off initial sketch. Oh, actually I'll keep that on just a quick sec. Go back to her shaved head and draw a line of where her shaved head is at. Bam. Make that a little thinner. There we go. Perfect. And that is just family members taking out the trash. Okay, so now that we have the base, the sketch, or the sketch is gone, and then the line art, and everything's good. So I'm going to close that up. I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to grab the lasso tool that's going to be over here, and it's going to create kind of like marching ants. So I'm going to have select the areas that are within the line art. This part of it would take a while as well, but so worth it. Makes your life easier once you do this step. I swear, I promise to you, it is worth it. And I only learned this technique by K. Russell, and I forgot his full name. I can't think of it now. But anyways, he's a colorist. He does YouTube videos. He has great tutorials with when it comes down to basically comic book coloring, and I have to go about with art in general actually, but his main focus is comic books, which I definitely want to do, but not right now. I have a goal. My goal is to make these adopts. I have so many. I gotta fix that shoulder right there. I forgot that part, I guess. Let's see. What could I talk about during this time? Give this a like if you guys think this is a good video, or a thumbs up. I don't know. Just let me know if this is good, or if you don't like it, or something I could do better on. Leave a comment, and that would be really great. Oh, I had someone in the chat. I'm sorry, Saku. Thank you for making it. Right now, I'm just working on my Halloween adopt. This one's gonna take forever. And watch, once I like finish the whole total, it's gonna be like 3 hours only, and then I'm gonna be like, well, shoot. There we go. I'm gonna try to go a little faster. Wish I could play my music. I wonder. I probably can from my phone. I don't even know how it's gonna sound though. Probably fairly weird. I do have some ideas going on in my head for her clothing once we get to it. Because I noticed that, oh, one of my viewers are saying, play it on the computer and we'll let you know if you can still hear you. Okay, well, let's go ahead and test that out. Earlier it wasn't working, so probably won't work again. It's loading. Okay, it is currently playing the Michael Myers theme song. So let me know, viewers, if you could hear that. If not, I'm gonna be enjoying music. Thank you for letting me know, Mango Janog. I really appreciate that. Sorry for the long wait, but I'm almost done. Oh, I still have that mouth up there. That's okay, I'll go back right there. So I'm gonna pick a random color. I'm gonna grab my bucket tool, put the color in, voila. Now, so since I'm holding the space bar and the marching ants are not going to be in my way, this is a perfect time to look for imperfections where I've missed it. To be honest, this looks actually really good, so I'm going to leave that alone. So I'm going to click my lasso tool, click the shift bar, and my lasso is going to show me a plus sign, and that's going to tell me that it's going to add more of the selected parts. So I'm going to select the hand right now real quick. Like I missed a part. So you click Alt, the Alt key, to take away a selective. So that helps that part. The reason why you want to have this in one solid color is just it makes your life a lot easier with selecting the color now that it's within one layer. So I'm gonna bring up the hillbilly picture. See, now you can see her. Oh, let's fix that line knot layer that I pointed out earlier. Let's see. Let's go back here. Now, I'm going to use my brush and use a color picker, and I'm gonna try to use this lightest part that's on him. Her hair reminds me of a character named Red, so by Tim Von Ruden, so I'm gonna make her head red. Or her hair red, I should say. Just use that for inspiration. Commercials! Okay. I don't see any red on this guy, except this. Not really. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't even really red tone. Let's Okay. So right now I collected the color tone, the skin tone, and then I made it darker. Actually, I'm gonna go this way. And the reason why I'm doing that is so I can make her shaved head area. So now, if we zoom out, it looks accurate for a shaved head. Now, if we took away Mr. Hillbilly, you wouldn't see those imperfections right here. But since he has a big photo, you can actually see it. So if you see stuff like that, get your eraser tool and just clean it up a little bit. Just like so. But I usually like to leave cleanup towards the end of it. Right now, we're just selecting colors that we want. So I'm going to grab lasso tool again, color those antlers. I think I'll make it the same color over here on his little machine. Use your pictures for, like, if you want to make your color palette. So just so. Now the species diamate, they have a gray tone sclera. So I'm going to make a quick small selection here. Bucket tool, fill it in, just like so. And I'm going to try to see if I could color pick that eyeball that he has over there. Let's see how that looks. That looks fairly scary. Maybe the sclera could be a bit darker. So I'm gonna pick that, make it darker. Get the paint bucket tool and make that darker. Bam. Now the eye pops out even at a distance such as this. That little machine is called a chainsaw, says Mango Janog. Well, thank you. I didn't want to get specific. Okay. Let's see. Let's make her tail color the same color tone as her head. So I'm gonna grab my lasso tool and deselect the areas that I don't want red. Pandora is weird. It makes me wonder, like, how is this Halloween? This is literally a Halloween station, and it'll sometimes give me random music like this. And to make my life easier, I'll go ahead and color this as well red. So, do that. Her little side fur. Get the bucket tool, paint it red. Oh, looks like I messed up on a spot. So what you do is Control Z to undo, grab the lasso tool, and add that selection. Or take away the selection. Bam. Now it's gone. Everything looks okay. Zoom out. Looks pretty good. Alright. I'm gonna grab her skin tone again. Probably make it dark like this, but I'm gonna bring it more towards the red family. Now that I have that, I'm gonna select this patch of fur. Bam. And then make a selection of her hooves. And then color that. Just like so. Actually, I'm gonna make this a little more darker. Use the paint bucket. And now you see that I didn't have this selected, but since that's the same color as the other fur patch over there, I'm gonna click only one of them and it darkens the other side as well. So that's why it was very important to have the whole body selected, just so you could do more than one edit, if that makes sense. It makes the process a lot faster. Okay, let's see here. Let's fix that arm right there. And we'll make her spikes the same color as her antlers. Now, if you are worried of going outside like the canvas just as this, click the transparency lock right here and you won't be able to go outside of that canvas anymore. I unlocked it now, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to go up here to this hand, make the teeth up here the same color as the antler and spikes. I like to keep it consistent. Of course, you don't have to do it this way. For example, you could make this red. As an adopt. You could literally stop right here and call it done. But knowing myself, I like to go farther. So I'm gonna make a new group, and it's gonna be right above my line art layer, such as so. And let's see. I'm gonna grab my line art layer and my colors, put it in a group. So now it's in one group. Overachiever. Thank you. I am an overachiever, Mingo Janad. So now it's all in one layer. So with the new folder that I made, I want to make a new layer, so that way I have somewhere to go to. Go back to this layer here, grab the opacity, bring it down to about maybe 56%. Let's turn off that hillbilly. Here we are, such as so. Now, this helped a lot, but I usually like turning off the colors, so that way I could just see the design. And the reason why is because right now we're gonna come up with her outfit. Now, so what I've noticed is that Mr. Hillbilly over there has a tank top, has two belts, and looks like jeans. And as I said before, I wanted to keep that hillbilly hat, so I'm gonna put straw hat. Just some side notes to myself. So if that's the case, again, this is just gonna be the sketching, so it doesn't need to look all that perfect. Let's do the time warp again. I'll fix that hat later. Oh, it's literally just overlapping each other. Maybe I might take away that hat after all. With her, I'm gonna make skinny jeans. I'm not gonna give her shoes like the last character I made. I gave him boots. For her, I'm gonna leave her bare hoof. Okay, wasn't that funny, but bare hoofed. Shorts would have been an okay idea, but I personally like wearing jeans, so she's gonna wear jeans. I lied. I added gloves. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So now that we have our initial sketch, put that lower, make a new layer, have a hard brush line like so, and let's get down to line art. Now this is going to be a little faster because you don't have like a full body like last time. So I'm going to go back to the 5-point brush size, and then I'm going to go ahead clean it up a little bit. guess so. I think I will keep this little thing here. I thought it was going to be a strand of wheat. Oh wait, it is. By Mango Janog. Yes, it is. Now, I know the baseline is there and it helps a lot, but it's best to close it off, such as so. The only part that I'm leaving open is like this antler up here and the t-shirt with the hair. I'm leaving those alone just because I don't really need to fill those in. Or like this hand right here. Looks like I'm gonna have to go back and edit those stitches, because I thought they were on her knees, but apparently I was wrong. But I'll worry about that once we're done here. the sketch layer, make a new layer, and just like last time, grab the lasso tool and start selecting the area that's going to be selected. So in this case, we're just doing the clothes. Ooh, especially Saw music. Mango Janok says, PETA will never forgive you for the animal abuse. Well, that's okay. My favorite song is on, and I feel fine about that. I love the Saw movie collection. I love the plot. I love the soundtrack. I love the puppet that says, "Want to play?" And done. So, grab that random color, fill it in. Bam. I might keep that for the jeans. Maybe I'll change it. But for now, I'm going to change those gloves into something darker. Usually red's the best way to go when you want like a really dark gray. So put that in. Grab that straw hat. Make it that light. Bam. Grab her shirt. Oop. If it lets me. There we go. And I'm going to bring back in. Get my color picker. I'm going to try to zoom in. And there we go. Get the lightest part of the shirt. Flip. You know, I'll probably grab his skin tone. There. Bam. And then let's get those belts. Now I'll probably make her outfit look really dark. tone. Ooh. Right there, and then bring back the color. Down. Okay, so I could see that it's clashing a little bit with the hat and her shirt. So, I'm gonna grab that shirt, go back to the color layer of the by the stabilizer. Are you talking about the pen pressure of it, Mango Janog? Or what exactly are you having problem with your brush preset? Wow, you let me know on that. I'll fix on this shirt. Or how smooth the line flows and you make your line art. Oh, okay. So, for that question, too big. Okay, so obviously, I'll make this normal. Um, basically, you have just the round brush, right? And if you zoom in, you can see the bumps of that brush. So if you go to your brush preset over here, so go to brush tip shape, and that's where you get to edit the spacing of it. So once you move that spacing all the way to an appropriate edge where you like it to be. So in this case, I'm really liking on the 18% for spacing, such as so. And you could click Shift Dynamics with pen pressures, such as so, and it's gonna give you that cleaner line. Such as so. My quick access to, instead of going to the settings and clicking the check mark such as so. I like going, there's a button up here with the pen mark with basically like this. It has a pen such as so, like this, and it has like bullet targets like this as its icon. I select that and it automatically makes the shape dynamics. Unselect it, changes back. Same thing for this opacity one, which looks like, I'll show you right now. Has a pen circled like this, but it has like checkered in it, and that's what you use to make the opacity. That darker. I personally just wanted to see how it would look like. Nah, I don't like it. I actually like this. Oh, you're very welcome, Mango Janog. I'll just make it more blue tone, but keep it the same. I'm using the navigator to see how it looks like a very far distance. I actually like it that a little better. With the green tone, that's actually a little better for me. Make her more earth tone, I guess. You know, I forgot the very important thing about the species. They love wearing kawaii masks. But I would have to take that the wheat stick thingy out of her mouth. And I think I'm gonna fill it in with a white, but you never really want to use pure white in a drawing. So what I like to do is go off on the right side of the circle. So it's gonna have that really light blue tone. Select this. Fill it. Such as so. And what should it say?
Jack, legal has some concerns about the new Jack in the Box marketing campaign. Why? It just says my teriyaki bowls are better than ever. Your choice of steak or chicken, plus veggies and lighter brown rice covered in teriyaki sauce. And everyone's gonna love my bowls. Right.
I'm gonna make a new layer because I don't know what exactly I want for her mask.
Absolutely not. But I already put up the billboard that says enjoy my bowls. Oh no.
So let's see. You know what? I think I'm gonna make it a dark gray tone instead. Such as so. Yeah. Grab white, go back to that new layer I made. Let's see, what should I say? Any ideas, viewers? What should her mask say? Or how it should look like? It could be normal kawaii. Or it could have a word on it. Let's see. Hillbilly, huh? What's good for a hillbilly? Not quite sure what I want, so I'm gonna try to see if I can find references on the side before I could settle on an idea. But if you have any ideas, just share with them. Let's see. I think I'll do the classic kawaii face. Such as so. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that for now. Clumsy as a bull in China. That's pretty long. For a kawaii mask, the most you could fit is 3 words. But other than that, that's too long of a sentence. So now I could call that done, but I'll push it even farther, make a new folder, put the other 2 folders together so now they're on one layer such as so, make a new layer right above it. I'm gonna grab a purple tones just like this. I'm gonna be on my brush using a hard brush, make the size a little bigger. I'm going to add certain places that will have some shadow to it. Now you don't really need a whole lot of shadowing. It's just simple areas that you think would need it. Now it looks really bad considering it's just purple and I'm just putting it on top, but trust me, this is gonna look cool once you set it up the way you want it to be. Okay, I'll go ahead and do it a little bit on the hand. Such as so. Now, you go to the setting right here where it says normal. It's going to be right within that area. That way. Let's see if we get right there. It's going to be right here. You click it, click multiply. Oh, if I'm on the right layer. Go on the layer where it's your purple. Click multiply. Now everything is going to darken and lower the opacity to about a good 30 to 40%, such as so. And then she's quite done now. I'm just going to add quick highlights to her hair, and then I'll go ahead and sign it as her being done. There you have it. And I call that done. And that's how you make your own very own adopt. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I really appreciate that. Go ahead and let me know what you think of this video, if I should make more. Yeah, that's about it.